Dianne at Minerva, and today I'm going to share a sew along. For this dress, it's a new look dress 6889, and you've got different options to choose from. You can have pockets, a tight shoulder detail, sleeves, or these tabs on the shoulder straps here. Now this is the one that we're going to do. It's version A, so we're going to be making that together. But I'm just going to cut it slightly shorter. I'm going to cut it for the length of version B, but we're actually making the style of version A. So you can do that with your patterns. You don't always have to stick to the length. You can change things up a little bit, like changing round details. So that's what we're going to do. And what we're going to be using today is this beautiful cotton poplin. Now this shade is pink and purple. It's 100% cotton and 150 centimetres wide. And it also comes in another colourway which is red and blue, should you prefer. So this is a woven fabric. So being 100% cotton, perfect for a summer dress. So should you wish to sew along with me today, everything will be linked in a bundle below. So you will receive the new look pattern, the cotton poplin in the colourway of your choosing, a matching thread, some bias tape. Now while you're here, why not take a look at the Minerva Craft Club? With the Minerva Craft Club, you get 10% off all your orders for a whole year, so that's a really good deal. And that includes anything that you buy with us today. Also, why not create a free account? When you create a free account, you can connect with like-minded sewers from all over the world, share projects, ideas and inspiration. It's a really good place to share your sewing hobby. So why not go ahead and do that now? Now, before we begin, you want to wash and prepare your fabric as you would normally. If you normally wash and tumble dry, go ahead and do that now, because this will make sure that any shrinkage occurs at this point and not after you've created your beautiful makes. So don't skip this important step. When you've done that, you're going to take your pattern and a tape measure, and you're going to locate the sizing on the back. Don't just go for your standard dress size. These can vary by quite a lot, and also from pattern to pattern, it's always good to measure yourself before you begin. Check that you've got the accurate sizing by measuring your bust, waist and hips and checking it here. When you've done that, we're ready to begin, and we're going to be cutting the pattern pieces for version A. Just select the length that you would prefer when you're cutting out, and we're going to go and do that now. Here are our pattern pieces. So this is the front piece for versions A, B and C. We're going to cut two. This is your straight grain here. This is your waist point here, and this is where you lengthen or shorten. If you are adding the pockets, this is your pocket position. But we're making the pocketless version together. Mark your dart placement here and your notches. I've cut for version B because I'd like my dress a little shorter. So select the version that you'd like. So you have this option, the option that we've cut here, or the longer version. Choose which one is best for you. This is your back piece. Again, we're going to cut two. This is your grain line. Make a note of the notches again and the small circles. Lengthen or shorten at this point and choose the correct length for you. As I said, I've cut for version B, but we're making version A. This is the shoulder knot for version A. So this is our detail on the dress that we're making. You're going to cut 2, and this is your straight grain. Make a note of these notches. Now we're ready to begin sewing our dress. So our first job is to wind half of our thread onto our spool so that we're ready to begin. Check your machine needle, check that it's sharp. I'm using a standard needle, size 70, so it's a universal needle, so check that also before you begin. Then when you've done that, we're going to take our front pieces of our dress and we're going to stay stitch down the front neck edge. Now, what you want to do is put it on a large straight stitch, and we're going to stitch it just a few millimetres away from the edge down each side. When you've done both sides, we're going to stitch in our darts. So here are our snips that I made at the side for my dart. So you want to bring it right sides together, and you've also got your centre bust point here. I've marked it with a pin. So you're going to fold it over so that these 2 side notches meet. And to create our dart, we're going to stitch at an angle, coming off at this point where the pin is, and we want to run straight off, so no back tacking. So starting from here, so we back tack to begin, but then we're running straight off at a gentle angle. So not too suddenly, it should gradually get narrower as you come to the point. Take my pin out. This is my point here. Leave some thread, and we're going to knot that thread down close to where we finish stitching, and then you can snip it off. Now repeat on the other side and press your darts downwards. Next you're going to stay stitch around your back neck edge on each side. So again, a line of stitching a couple of millimetres away from the edge. Now with right sides facing, you're going to place your 2 back pieces on top of each other, and we're going to stitch that centre back seam, matching your notches as you go. So we're using a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance for all our seams. Edge and finish your back centre seam. Press it down flat. Then we're going to attach our front pieces to our back at the shoulder. So pin them in position, matching your notches. If you've edged your shoulder edges, you may need to remark your notches if you've overlocked them off. So I've marked mine with a pencil. So match those. 1.5 centimetre seam allowance at your shoulder seams. Now pin your front to your back at the side seams. Matching your notches. Now stitch your side seams from the underarm all the way down the side with a 1.5cm seam allowance. Make sure your dart's lying flat when you reach it. Take your pins out as you go. Pin your tape to your neck edge and your crease should be 1 cm from the raw edge. Pin it all the way around. Stitch in your tape with a 1 cm seam. Now trim away the excess and snip all the way around your neckline. Turn your tape under to the inside and stitch it down all the way around the neck once you've trimmed it. You may find it helps if you press it first. Stitch centre front seam. When you've stitched down your centre front, open up that central seam, turn it back, and you can hand stitch it against your bias tape on the inside just to keep it nice and flat. Now pin your bias tape to your underarm, allowing a little bit of overlap at the underarm seam. Continue pinning it all the way around your armhole, the same way you did at your neckline, 1 cm away from the raw edge. Here is your fold. When you've stitched your bias tape in position around the armhole, turn it into the inside again and stitch all the way around. Now you may find it easier to do this from the outside. I prefer to do it from the inside, as I find that the edge of the tape gives a nice guide. You're keeping it even. Fold your knot in half, right sides facing, and we're going to stitch down this side. Do that on both pieces and then turn them through and press. Now take your knot now that it's been pressed and you're going to lap it around the front neck edge and the armhole. So place it around like this, and then on the back you're going to turn one under like this, and then you're going to stitch it in place by hand. Now when you turn this through and you try it on, you might find you want to adjust where these are on your shoulders, and when you've found the perfect position you might want to put a few stitches all the way through, not visible from the right side of course, but just catching the underside to the dress just to keep them in position. Once you have them, perfect. So just catch stitch it like this, slip stitch it first, try it on, decide if you're happy with it, then you could put a few more stitches securing it in place. Now decide on your dress length, try it on and check. When you're happy with it, decide how you want to hem it. So I'm doing a double fold hem. You could overlock or zigzag first and just do a single fold, or you could stitch it by hand. It's up to you how you finish the hem. is the finished dress. As you can see, it's quite a loose fitting dress, so ideal for hot weather or holidays. Well, I hope you enjoyed sewing along with me today. Have you made this pattern before? Please let us know in the comments below, along with any photographs. We always love to see what you've been making. Also, if you have any questions, please pop those in the comments and we'll do our best to help you in any way we can. Remember to like and follow Minerva to get more video content like this every week. Well, that's all for today, but I hope to be back with another sew along really soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.